tomorrow. How are you feeling?
I'm feeling great, pumped, excited to get this over with, recruiting, getting done with, ready to sign to my new home.
Has that been a stressful process for you to have to kind of go through that? I know every athlete is a little bit different and responds to it a little bit differently.
It wasn't too bad, but it was pretty stressful just not knowing where I'm going to be able to go and stuff like that. But it wasn't too bad at the end of the day. Once I got to UNLV, I pretty much knew where I wanted to be. So it was like, okay, this is less stressful for me,
What attracted you to UNLV?
The coaches, for sure. All the coaches showed a lot of love just over through text. So you could see that. You could see it through text. So being able to put the faces to names and stuff like that, I felt like was a big part of that too.
UNLV has a brand new stadium coming in. What do you think of that stadium?
I think it's going to be great. I've never played under a dome or anything like that. Obviously played on turf, but I don't know. I think it's going to be a big atmosphere, a lot of fan love. I could feel it on Twitter, stuff like that. So the first home game, I feel like it's going to go crazy.
Right. It's got to be fun to be moving to Vegas as well.
Oh yeah, most definitely. I've never lived so far from home. I've always another thing is crazy because when I first started recruiting and stuff like that, I wanted to stay home. And then when I got to Vegas, it was like, this is home.
Right.
So being that far from home, I feel like it's not that bad.
It's a huge relief. There's a lot of pressure and sacrifice that goes into chasing such a big goal throughout high school. So to have the culmination of all those early morning workouts and missed parties and long study sessions to be, the student athlete, to feel it all kind of finally pay off feels good. But then it's also exciting because now you can really get to work with the opportunity in your hands.
What was your recruiting process like? I don't think you were up there high on any of the big boards. So what was your recruiting process like?
It was definitely a lot of hands-on. I had to do a lot of the work myself, kind of get myself out in front of coaches a lot, which at times was a little discouraging when it was hard to get that exposure. But it definitely built a lot of character. It'll definitely play a big part in the man I'm going to be.
How much of a guiding force was your dad being able to kind of have gone through that experience and help you out in that regard?
Yeah, it was huge because he's been through the process also, as a student athlete and then going on and playing college. And he was a Prop 48, so he had to deal with kind of the little setbacks in the recruiting process. Also, not exactly the same because of his circumstances, but as a student athlete, especially on the mental health side, he's helped me a ton on kind of dealing with the recruiting process.
What attracted you to Eastern?
It's the culture there. They just got something different up there. It's really special. I'm excited to get up there.
I just feel good having it signed, and I found a good home, so I'm excited to go. And I'm just waiting for summer now to get there and start playing ball, talking the verbiage, and just getting ready to be on campus.
What attracted you to Sac State?
Definitely Coach Taylor, Coach Troy Taylor. He has a way with quarterbacks. I love the offense that they run, and it's going to be somewhere where I can fit in and really play to my best for the next 4 years.
You were committed to Utah State for a long time. What was the feeling like when you have the coaching changes and you have to kind of go through that process again?
I think it just showed me that you got to keep your options open, and there's always going to be a plan B or just a different way that you need to consider. So I think that really matured me in a way.
This is a dream for a lot of people to be able to go play quarterback at the next level. Does this live up to the expectation that you have?
Yeah, definitely, man. I'm just excited to go play. I want to go compete right now. So it's a dream come true, but there's another dream still being chased.
It's been a blessing for sure. Struggling with the injuries is a part of the game. It's part of what we do for football and basketball. But God has an experience for me, and He has a different path for me. So I chose Montana for a reason, big reason. I feel like He chose me to go there, and basketball always be a part of my life. But I'm playing football next year, man.
How neat is it to be able to have the talent to be able to have the option to choose choose one of those sports?
Yeah, it's a blessing for sure. I love both of them. I grew up playing both of them. I tried to just help my team out the most I could growing up, and then both took off. Very good sports for me. It turned into very serious sports in high school. So I tried my best to see how far I can go, and I'm still going to go far.
At what point did you realize football might be a path where you could get a little bit more, more money or get a little bit more aid?
Sophomore year, after the season, sophomore year, I started to get a lot of attention from college coaches, higher like Pac-12 and stuff like that. So I knew I knew I had a chance there. You know, injuries slowed me down from that, but I'm glad Montana gave me a shot, and I'm glad to play.
What attracted you to Montana when you got
The coaching staff for sure. You know, I love every single coach there. You know, the environment there. I'm a country kid, so I love Missoula. It's a great town. It's a college football town. You know, there's no big sports teams besides college there, so you know everybody's gonna go to the football games on Saturday. So I'm excited.